Yes, we're back.
Guess what?
What's up?
I'm a published author. I'm a published author. Who would have thought? But you know what? It's cool. Super excited about my new book, yes. The Glitter in My Cocktails. Ooh. The Swifties will catch on to this. It's a play on a lyric from the Mastermind song from Midnights.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because the lyric is, and the liquor in our cocktails.
Oh, Look at that. There might be a couple of Taylor references.
We'll see. My goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. This is such a big day. Such a big day.
It is a big day. So what are we doing, Jessica, at my computer?
We are uploading my very first book.
Oh!
Yep. Had some time to finally put together a cocktail book with all of my famous cocktail recipes that I've been putting together over the last 2.5 years. Okay. Super stoked. Right now we're on the last bit of business. We have to figure out pricing. But first, that looks cool.
We'll deal with the cover later.
Yeah, we're putting together the cover. Let's see.
So Jessica Johns, what made you want to write this book?
But you know what? I had some time. I guess it's okay to say now. I am no longer, after 3 years, at the comedy club. And I got some time in between. Got to spend Christmas and with you. Got to spend Christmas with you. Spent New Year's with Crystal. Mm-hmm. And then I got hired at Topgolf, like right out the gate, like first week of January. Training starts on the 27th of January. But because I had such a break, I was able to sit down, get all of my cocktails together, and put them in a book. Thankfully, I take a picture of every cocktail I've ever written.
It's true. It's been very helpful.
I knew I was going to need these things. So I was like super glad I did that. And I'm really excited about it. Somebody brought up to me the other day, and it actually is going to make this book that much more special. One of my friends asked me about certain cocktails. Like, she asked me about smoking berries.
Okay.
And I was like, she's like, smoking berries in there? And I go, yeah, smoking berries is in there. She's like, man, I remember when you wrote that. And I remember, like, it was probably my favorite cocktail to make. And I started thinking, like, how many people that buy the book are going to sit there and look through it and go, oh my God, I was there when she wrote that. Oh my God, she wrote that for me. Or,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was there and that was my favorite cocktail, or like stuff like that. Like,
well, I know a lot of like the Taylor cocktails. It's like, I remember the moments, like she was in it. Like it was, I'm about to go see Taylor, and it was before the Eras tour, and like saving up and doing all that stuff. Like, it's just, the acknowledgements is weird, but it's going to be fun to see when it all comes together.
Yeah.
While I do that, what do you think is your favorite cocktail in the book?
Well, why? My favorite cocktail in the book, and it's one that I talk about a lot with my guests everywhere I've ever worked. The Lavender Haze is the one that I want on my tombstone. Like, I want to be remembered for. Like, here lies, she wrote Lavender Haze because it was the very first Taylor Swift themed cocktail I ever wrote. It was the very first cocktail I wrote for Vicks. It was the very first time Vicks featured me on their social media page. Oh. And it was so funny because when Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce started dating, Fox 5 needed, like Kansas City Chiefs themed cocktails from us. And so they went on the news and did all of that. And then the next day I get a text from my boss going, hey, do you have a Taylor Swift cocktail? And I go, yeah, it's literally been in the system for like 6 months. it's called the Lavender Haze. Oh, okay, do you have a picture of it? Yeah, it's right here. Like, so yeah, it's really cool. I actually talked about that cocktail in my Topgolf interview. It can be made with either grapefruit hibiscus tequila or
Oh.
From 21 Seeds, or it can be used with grapefruit infused or grapefruit flavored vodka, and it's got a little bit of Chambord, so that's a raspberry liqueur. It's like a French like raspberry liqueur. And it has creme de violet, which is like it's like a more botanical but like sweet, kind of tastes like candy.
Okay.
And it kind of gives that like lavender flavor profile to it.
Okay. I like it. I like it.
Yeah. And so and it also makes the color of the cocktail more lavender.
Okay.
So then you add a little bit of citrus, so lime juice, and then you would just fill the rest of it with ginger beer. There's no shaking or anything like that involved. You just build it in the glass, build it in a wine glass, add ginger beer, and that ginger beer makes it look hazy.
Oh my goodness.
But
gracious.
it adds kind of a spicy balance to a sweet cocktail.
Well, and I will say, like, all of these drinks are not just like, that's not the one I wanted. And all of these drinks are not just like, oh, Jessica literally just sat down for 15 minutes. Like, she has been working on this for years and years and years. And that's what I really want to put, like, out there. Like, this has been, notes on a notepad for how long?
It started out,
Like-
okay, so this book started out in a spiral notebook, and it got to a point where like my HR director was like, oh my God, you're not giving guests a spiral notebook to look at with your cocktails. So she gave me an official menu with my name on it, told me to pick out 8 of my favorite cocktails. And she created a specialty cocktail menu just for me. And from that point on, I got a journal instead of a spiral notebook. I got a journal. And I started just keeping up with every cocktail I've ever written between the club and Vicks. And and that's kind of how it began, because I wanted to continue to build cocktails. We had at Vicks, we did have a beverage consultant, which, by the way, that's definitely something that I want to pursue.
Yeah.
Somebody gave me a really good advice on how to do that.
Yeah.
But we had this beverage consultant that basically like wrote our first menu for Vicks, and we used it for the first like maybe 4 or 5 months. And turned out that like the very first musical was Wicked, and they asked us to write some cocktails just for that. And those cocktails ended up being more popular than the ones that were written by our beverage consultant.
Yeah.
And so after they kind of figured that out, like, oh, we have talent here. We don't need to pay somebody when our bar staff is talented.
Exactly.
So then it just became this like challenge for me. Like, okay, we got Wicked out of the way. So in 2 weeks we have Les Mis, or we have this, or we have what. And so like every few weeks we had a new menu to write, and it kind of helped me grow, and it challenged me, and I wanted to try and get as weird as I possibly can with things.
Yeah.
And then after that, what ended up happening was at the club, I put together some random like
fun
Christmas.
ideas.
Well, Christmas. Well, it was because we're in the Christmas season, and I'd brought some like cinnamon syrup in, and I was like, I put this cocktail together for Mrs. Doubtfire, and it was like apple whiskey with cinnamon syrup and chocolate bitters with a toasted cinnamon stick, and I brought that to the club with a couple of other cocktails, and my boss, who absolutely is was amazing, was just so blown away by it that she was just like, okay, like, why don't let's do our own, like, holiday menu. So I had, my pumpkin pie martini and the pumpkin old fashioned. Basically, it was almost like the Vicks menu, almost. Yeah. But like a couple of different things. But they were so popular that we kept it going through January. But then after that, it was, okay, let's do February. Yeah. So like Aphrodite's Bouquet is on there for February. So between both of my jobs, I was challenged to create cocktails for each spot. And each time I did that, I would write my cocktails down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anytime, that looks better. Anytime there was any kind of event, like a wedding or a buyout or any kind of event like that, it would just be like I was the go-to, like, hey, Jess, I need you to write me a cocktail for this. Hey, Jess, I have this going on. I need you to write me a cocktail. At both jobs, there were events. Hey, Jess, I need you to write a cocktail for this. I need you to write a cocktail. And it was an honor, but it was also like, it was challenging, but it was an honor because it was like, no, like Jessica's the go-to. Like Jessica really cares about what she does. And, I was very lucky to have two bosses that were very much supportive of everything I did.
Absolutely.
So, and they championed it every single time. So I actually have 2 cocktails on the permanent menu at Vicks right now to this day. I didn't write the cucumber jalapeno margarita. It was just an idea. Like, it was just like, why don't we do this? Because I like this tequila.
Yeah.
And then Smokin' Berries came about on Father's Day, like 2 years ago with me and AJ Reeves. And it was like the day before Father's Day. I'll never forget, my boss or my bar manager was like, because we had all these different Amaros, like 15, like, what do you mean we have like rhubarb Amaro and like a raspberry, like Ramazzotti? Like, what do you mean? Yeah. Benedictine, all of these things. We don't use them. Yeah. Like, there are cocktails that go with them, but nobody orders them.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was like, okay, we need to get rid of these things. So then it turned into, Pimm's it's an English liqueur that they use for like Pimm's cups. So I think it's like Pimm's and like a club soda. Okay. With like some kind of like citrus and like fruit and stuff in it. Okay. But Pimm's on its own is the flavor profile is comparable to like Dr. Pepper. Okay. So what ended up happening was we did equal parts Pimm's and Mezcal. And it in some weird crazy way it complemented.
It's good.
And we added blackberry to it. Okay. And a citrus and an orange liqueur. Okay. And the fruit with the smoke and that little bit of spice from it all came together and it just worked. Yeah. And so we begged and begged for that cocktail to go on the menu. Yeah. And finally, like I had made it for my bar manager. I'd made it for a few other guests and everyone loved it. So my bar manager was like, okay, fine. Yeah. So then he put it on the menu as like a cocktail of the month for July. Okay. Well, then it was so popular, he left it on the menu for August.
It is what
and then it was so popular that it was like, okay, fuck it. It's just on the menu now. Like, it's part of life now. Like,
so funny.
So.
But it must be really nice to see, like, oh, people really like this. Oh, yeah, that's my shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's
me. That's how I feel when I cook and, like, it's really delicious and everyone's like, holy shit, it's delicious. I'm like, I did that.
Yeah. I mean, it keeps me up at night. Honestly, sometimes, like, these cocktails will sometimes keep me up at night. Yeah. Like, as far as the tropical rhubarb cocktail. Yeah, I was up till 4 a.m. thinking about that cocktail because I was like, what can I do with rhubarb Amaro?
Oh, and what can you do?
I got Essencia rum, rhubarb Amaro, pineapple juice, a little bit of agave. Like it was a pain in the ass, but I was up all night going, what can I do with rhubarb Amaro?
We're trying to figure out this cover. Sorry.
That's like the last thing we have left to do is the cover.
So Jessica Johns, tell us a little bit about the book's layout. So like, what are we going to expect out of our glitters in my cocktail book?
Okay. So
The glitter in my cocktail.
the glitter in my cocktail. Okay. So, or in my cocktails. So when you open a book, you're going to see a lovely foreword written by Callie. And then basically I went in and just did like Cliff Notes versions of like education.
Yeah.
So that way, if you're like a brand new bartender starting out, like you can, it's just basic knowledge. It's a lot of basic knowledge. But
We need it. Why
but
not?
it's always knowledge, like good to know between like my favorite one that I did was like tequila, because I learned so much about the differences, like why certain tequilas are spicier than and why some are sweeter, like the difference in like a Cascanes and like tequila ocho, like because they were like one was higher up in elevation, was made it higher up in elevation. The one was like the agave was grown in lower elevation. That's barely it. Yeah.
Look at that.
Look how pretty that looks.
We figured it out, y'all.
Fuck yeah.
And so,
change the dimension on the title, like make it smaller.
Yeah. Guys, I'm going to be a freaking pro after this.
Yeah.
You get a little brief history lesson, all that fun stuff.
Yes.
And then what comes next?
Okay, so after you go through all of that, then it gets into cocktails. It gets into like the seasonal cocktails, and it's all separated like summer, fall, winter. There are photos. There are explicit like how-tos, and it's in ounces, so you can use a jigger. Because sometimes when you like look up cocktails, when you Google cocktails, they always for some reason do it in grams. And there's another girl that I follow on TikTok who's like amazing, but she's always doing shit in grams. And so everyone's like, oh, God damn it. Just put like, we all use jiggers here, you know? Like,
please help us.
We all use jiggers, bruh. Like, come on. So, yeah. So, and then there's like there's recipes on how to make syrups.
Ooh.
So you have simple syrups, your Demerara, I use some tea syrups.
Ooh.
So you take like hot tea and make them syrup.
And you kind of go into the talking about like all making these things, right?
Yes, there's step-by-step instructions.
Oh, God knows I need them.
And again, it's all jigger based. But also, well, syrups, it's like 1 cup to 1 cup.
Yeah.
Super simple.
Yeah.
Like 1 cup of sugar to 1 cup of hot water.
Yeah.
And you basically, with hot tea, you basically make your hot tea. And it's still 1 cup to 1 cup.
Oh. So it's easy.
Yeah.
So you're like, why are we not doing this?
Yeah. And then Demerara could be 1 cup brown sugar to 1 cup of hot water. But if you wanted a little bit more like sweeter and more dense, you do 2 cups to 1 cup. So that's how I do my Demerara. I do 2 cups brown sugar to 1 cup hot water.
I love brown sugar.
Yeah.
It's always like the go-to, you know?
I definitely learned how much of a game changer it is in old fashions.
That is...
So seasonal cocktails, and then I have... I mean, there's a lot of cocktail... Okay, so you have like your seasonals. Oh, Broadway. So, the Broadway themes, those were always fun.
Yeah.
Because, again, musicals. Like, and it was one of those things, too, where it was like, okay, this cocktail's done. Now let's...
Well, I'm going to go
Oh, that's another one. Okay, this cocktail's done. Okay, this menu's done. All right, now it's time for the next one. And it was just, again, challenging and fun to do. And one of them is in there. One of the cocktails in that Broadway theme also helped me get my job at Topgolf.
I mean, hey, listen, you got to do what you got to do. I love the Beetlejuice one. It's so pretty.
Well, that's the one that helped get me hired at Topgolf.
And that was on TV too.
Yeah, that one made the news. Topgolf did this. They 60 people, and it was a group interview, but it was like all of the positions, and they asked everybody like as a group, like, okay, what was your biggest accomplishment? And like nobody would raise their hand, and I was like, I had a cocktail on TV once. And they're like, what? I'm like, it made the news. Also, Adele knows who I am because of that cocktail, like that one and the Magic Margarita, which are both in there.
Keep your eye out.
Yeah. So that was cool. I, told them about it, and I was like, yeah, it was like, it's the hue. It's got like this green and purple hue. It's like purple because it's got creme de violet, like a bottom floater, and then it's green. It's in a martini glass, and it's got like a purple sugar rim.
Okay.
So it's very, very Beetlejuice themed.
Okay.
There's also like inspired by friends and family.
Yeah.
Obviously, as a Swiftie, I have an entire Taylor Swift section.
Mm-hmm. I was look at the table of contents so we can go through it. Yeah, I mean,
I've got dessert cocktails.
True.
Remember there were some cocktails on there that like when I would do TikTok live and you would join in, and then cocktails would just be written on accident.
Yeah.
Because you'd be like, well, what if you did this? Like you would literally just like join in the chat and be like, hey, what if you added this? And then I'd be like, oh fuck, let's do that. And then it would just work. And so like
one thing that I know probably Crystal inspired too is the Backstreet Boys cocktail.
Yeah.
And how did that come about?
Okay, so I wanted to go with that. So, okay, into the millennium, the colors are blue, silver, and white.
Ooh.
So AJ McLean, Alexander, as he likes to be called, gets on TikTok and assigns everyone to show up in white or silver or white and silver.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, well, but also it's blue.
Yeah.
So at first the cocktail was full blue.
Okay.
But then I wanted one more, because I mean the color of it was actually blue.
Yeah.
But it was missing something because it looked a lot like The Illusionist.
Oh, okay.
And so I wanted something that was gonna like change that.
Yeah.
So I added one more piece of blue, and that was blueberry syrup. Now it changed. Blueberries aren't blue. I mean, they're blue, but they're purple once they're mashed up and mixed or whatever.
Yeah.
So the syrup was actually, so it turned the cocktail. It went from blue to purple, but the idea and theme of blue is in the flavor.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yummy.
I had actually written a whole bunch of other cocktails, but they were kind of derivative of other people. And so I was like, I'm just going to leave that one out.
Yeah.
And then I stole one from like, Crystal was trying to marry me off to the bartender. Remember when Crystal was trying to marry me off to the bartender at Resorts World at Doghouse? Because he made me this like raspberry old fashioned. Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah. So I tried to use that one in my, like when I submitted my menu or whatever, but I obviously left it out of this book.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like the one that I completely came up with on my own was the I Want It That Way that's in the book right now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah. And I also, because where we were located was like your last stop before getting to the Sphere. I mean, you had like us and Yard House, but it was basically like the last frontier.
Yeah.
And then you had to make your way to the Sphere if you were walking. So it definitely helped to have themed cocktails for the Sphere.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
all right. So official walkthrough. We've got the cover all figured out. We've got it all worked. Official walkthrough. Okay. You just get to listen to our oohs and ahs.
Yeah.
So, okay. Ooh. And then let's make dedication. Very nice. Okay. Everything's flowing nicely. It looks good with the photos.
Yeah.
Oh, Ginny boy.
There's a lot of information around.
There it is. That's cool. That's really nice.
Yeah. Now, based on, so a lot of the bullet points are actually on my social media, like at least like on my TikTok and Instagram. So it kind of coincides with the book.
Yeah.
I basically just took all the notes that I wrote for those videos
I mean, honestly, it works because that's what you needed to do.
And I bullet pointed it to keep it like simple.
Yeah. These photos are so much fun too because it's kind of like, oh, I remember when this was posted, or
Yeah.
I remember when
A lot of the thing is like a lot of these went on like my cocktail of the day posts at both jobs, so you'll see them in several places and be like, oh, I remember when she posted that. And I actually had I had lunch with a friend of mine, and he was like, I don't drink, but I really enjoy your cocktail recipe. Like when you post those cocktail recipes, like I really enjoy that. I'm like, well, you're gonna enjoy this because
we got a whole
they're all on
thing.
there, you know. Somebody asked me, one of my other friends asked me, she goes, well, is the Jessica Old Fashioned in there? And I'm like, yes. She's like, is it a secret or can you tell me? And I'm like, no, it's in there.
It's in there.
It's in there. Like everything that I've ever written ever is in that book.
All right, Jessica, do we approve it? We can do
Approve. Final walkthrough. Let's do this.
It's backwards, but I feel like we get the same idea.
It's the same idea. It's fine.
Okay, I think that was it.
Yeah, so it's
In review.
okay.
Because your book is in review.
Yeah,
And everything's good.
everything's in.
Yes.
So, okay, because today's the 26th, so by the 29th, it should be all reviewed, and that's why I kind of gave it till like the 1st. Give it a couple extra days.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, I have to say I'm very proud of you, Jessica Johns, because you really took a weird situation into something that you get to say now that you are an author forever.
Yeah,
In a
published
time
author.
frame where somebody thought they might have got a lot of people down in a bad time, you turned it into something that you get to say is life-changing. And that's something that's more powerful for women than anything else. So there you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
I took like a negative into a positive because it was just one of those things where like things happen that you don't really count on happening.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, well, how can I take this time and be productive?
Yes.
Outside of like job hunting. And I was losing my mind. I was losing my mind because it was the holidays and like, what do we do? But then like, and then my phone started ringing like right before New Year's. So I was like, okay, we're good. I was just
it was a lot.
freaking out. But
It was a lot.
during that time, I had like you and Crystal and Ronnie and everybody around me that just kind of like offered like emotional and even like some like financial support so that I could just block out all the chaos. Once everything was, I love that you had to show me how to do a Google Doc on my own phone. I actually wrote this
on Google Doc.
I wrote this book on my phone, and it's so funny too because somebody asked me like, "Do you just?" What's her face? Ellie from Hell's Kitchen. Like I was showing it to her. I was like, "Look at my book," and she's like, "Did you write this whole thing on your phone?" And I was like, "100%, 100%." And then we just like uploaded it on the computer, and then you and I sat there on last week and made it all fancy and pretty. It started out at like 60 pages and I was like, that'll be cool. But then you go and you find out that it's like there's a minimum amount. So,
like
we had to kind of triage and add some more cocktails. So I think there's about 79 or 80, either 79 to 80 cocktails. Maybe actually even more than that, maybe 81, 82 cocktails in here.
I don't know if someone's going to have to count and leave it in the comments.
Yeah. I know that Crystal and Sarah are going to get a copy of the book.
Yes.
And they're going to get a copy of the book and they are going to... Sarah was like, I'm going to make a video of me attempting each cocktail.
I mean, hey,
I
love it.
And then Crystal was like, yeah, I'm going to make a video attempting each... Because I bought her a bar. So she's like, yeah, I'm going to make this video. But I'm going to make videos on TikTok. And I'm going to be attempting... to make your cocktails, but then I'm just going to end up giving up and pouring a vodka soda anyway.
That's fun. That'll be fun.
So I'm actually really looking forward to what everybody says,
Yeah.
what everybody does with it,
Yeah.
and which cocktails are their favorites,
Yeah.
and like the feedback from people who were there when I wrote these cocktails.
Yeah.
Like, oh look, like it's so cool that I like opening this book and I'm like, oh, I was there, or I
Yeah.
tried this cocktail.
Yeah.
Like one of my friends from back home, or from Georgia, he visits me every year. He was like, he asked me, he's like, well, are all the cocktails in there? And I go, yeah, dude. Literally every year when you'd come in and visit me, whatever job I'm at, you have tried the cocktails that I have in this book. So you were gonna sit here and go, yep, tried that. In fact, I was like, you already have recipes for half of these. Because I would post a picture of a cocktail, and then you would, and some of them I would put a recipe, some of them I didn't, because I didn't want to give away all my secrets. Yeah. So then he would message me and be like, okay, what's in this? So like, I'm like, you already have the ingredients for a lot of these cocktails, because you would like message me later and ask me like what you need for those cocktails. So
no, I'm excited, and I'm also excited to try it. So whoever tries the cocktails, please make TikTok videos, tag her, tag Reality Check, do all that stuff.
Yes.
It'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, Jessica Johns, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'm excited.
It's weird. There's like nothing left to do but
I know, just wait.
Sit and wait till Vegas Madness is quickly approaching.
Yes.
I'm actually really excited this year. I mean, there's a lot, and we have to go through.
I did not keep good track this year. But
that's okay. Well, I mean, but I did. Like, in a sense that everything's on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's cool because like we could nominate. But yeah, I'm really excited. I think we added like a bartender category, and I'm really excited for. Yeah. I'm excited for the MVP. I think we discussed the MVP.
Ooh, I don't even remember, but I will probably agree with it. So
100%.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So we just got a lot of exciting things. So stay tuned. Vegas Madness is always exciting with lots of new videos and all of that. But we will see you next time. Bye. Bye.